Introduction. In recent years, there has been a rising concern over the threat of white Christian nationalism to democracy. White Christian nationalism is a political and religious movement that seeks to promote white Christian dominance and the exclusion of non-white and non-Christian individuals from society. It is a dangerous ideology that has the potential to undermine democracy and the values of pluralism, equality, and justice. In this video, we will explore the origins and manifestations of white Christian nationalism, its impact on democratic institutions and values, and strategies for countering its influence. Origins of white Christian nationalism. White Christian nationalism is rooted in a long history of racism, xenophobia, and exclusionary politics in the United States. It emerged in response to the demographic and cultural changes that occurred in the 20th century, particularly in the aftermath of the Civil Rights Movement. White Christian nationalists seek to preserve a vision of America that is dominated by white, Christian, and conservative values. They view the increasing diversity and secularization of American society as a threat to their way of life and seek to impose their vision on others through political and cultural means. Manifestations of white Christian nationalism. White Christian nationalism can manifest in a variety of ways, from explicit hate speech and violence to more subtle forms of discrimination and exclusion. It often operates through social networks and online communities, which can amplify its influence and reach. One of the most concerning manifestations of white Christian nationalism is its influence on the political process. White Christian nationalists have gained significant political power in recent years, particularly through their support of the Trump administration. They have used this power to push for policies that promote their vision of America and exclude those who do not fit their narrow definition of what it means to be an American. Impact on democracy. White Christian nationalism poses a significant threat to democracy and democratic values. It seeks to undermine the principle of equality by promoting a hierarchical and exclusionary vision of society. It also undermines the principle of pluralism by seeking to silence dissent and exclude those who do not share its values. In addition, white Christian nationalism promotes a dangerous and authoritarian view of politics. It seeks to concentrate power in the hands of a few and undermine democratic institutions and processes that promote accountability and transparency. Countering white Christian nationalism. To counter the threat of white Christian nationalism, it is essential to promote a more inclusive and pluralistic vision of America. This includes supporting policies and initiatives that promote diversity, equity, and justice. It is also important to challenge the narratives and ideologies that underpin white Christian nationalism. This can be done through education and public discourse, as well as by supporting marginalized voices and promoting alternative narratives that celebrate the diversity and richness of American society. Finally, it is crucial to hold those who promote white Christian nationalism accountable for their actions. This includes calling out hate speech and discrimination, challenging the use of political power for exclusionary purposes, and promoting a culture of accountability and transparency in democratic institutions. Conclusion. White Christian nationalism is a dangerous ideology that poses a significant threat to democracy and democratic values. It seeks to promote a narrow and exclusionary vision of society that undermines the principles of equality and pluralism. To counter this threat, it is essential to promote a more inclusive and just vision of America, challenge the narratives that underpin white Christian nationalism, and hold those who promote it accountable for their actions. By working together, we can protect democracy and build a society that is truly reflective of the diversity and richness of America.